effective people with the habits of ineffective people, please welcome Mark Kyte.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, Toastmasters and our guests. Have you seen the state of corporate Australia at the moment? Layoffs abound. And it was in this climate that I found myself wandering through Dymocks this morning. And I walked into Dymocks with the express intention of finding myself a new book. A new book entitled, What Colour is Your Parachute? Because in this current climate, I'm going to make sure that I'm prepared for if someone comes along and gives me the out the company. So I've wandered into Dymocks and I've no idea. Have you ever been into Dymocks in the city? It's massive. No idea where on earth I'm going to find this book in this massive store. So I asked the helpful shop assistant, could you tell me where I can find What Colour is Your Parachute? She says, yes, certainly, sir. It's in the self-help section. Where can I find the self-help section? If I do that, sir, you won't be helping yourself. So after a fruitless 20 minutes of scouring around, checking every individual aisle, looking at the books to see if there's any hint of self-help in them, I do finally stumble across what I suspect to be the self-help aisle. Now, the reason I suspect it's the self-help aisle is because people walk into it and they look depressed. They're forlorn. They've got no idea what they're doing there or in life. Yet by the time they get to the other end of walking past these books that have motivation pouring out of them, they're walking on hot coals and bounding back to the office. So I start to flick through and look to see if I can find What Colour is Your Parachute? And I stumble across an interesting fact. A number of Toastmasters have actually written books. They've kept this very much a secret. Rick Haynes, he's written a book. Stand like Rick, talk like Rick. Everything you could want to know about Toastmasters. Rowley has one. Projectile toilets and other musical instruments. And even Greg Kennedy has released a book. It's about all his best speeches, entitled Much Ado About Nothing. But this convinced me that I actually don't need the book What Colour is My Parachute, because they've demonstrated that you obviously don't need any talent to write a book. So even by walking down the self-help aisle, I've been helped, because I now know what my new vocation is. I'm an author. And so I rush back to the office, forgetting the books that are in Dymocks, because there's nothing there that interests me now apart from my own book. And I ring up the publisher and say, I want to publish a book. I want to be a self-help motivational author. How can I do it? Just write a book. Fine and simple. She said, but you may want to see if you can help yourself stand out from the crowd. Now, from glancing down the aisle in Dymocks, I noticed that there were a lot of people that were saying how to be better at this, how to improve yourself this. We've got Robert Kiyosaki, how to be better in business. Anthony Robbins, how to walk on hot coals for the barbecue. But no one is actually telling you what not to do. So that's my book. I am writing a book, The 7 Habits of Ineffective People. Habit number 1, I've decided. Aim low. Too many people have started out with a 5-year plan for their life. 12 months into that plan, they revise it and write another 5-year plan. The reality is, people, that we actually don't need 5-year plans. We are setting our standards way too high. We should be like Greg and aim low. So habit number 1, aim low. Habit number 2, be reactive rather than proactive. A lot of these self-help gurus will tell you you must get into everything, dive in there, stop bad things happening. Forget that, that's a lot of effort. Wait for the bad things to happen, then react with it. Just go with the flow. You can make things right. Who cares? And finally, habit number 3, procrastinate. Why do today what you can do tomorrow? It has served so many people so well for so many years. There is no need for us to be rushing around being eager beavers doing everything today. There is always tomorrow. We have tomorrow to do everything. We have a lifetime ahead of us. There is no need to rush. Unfortunately, it's this last habit which has caused me to come a little unstuck, because my book was going to be 7 habits. But the publisher had set a date when she needed the draft by. But because I procrastinated, I only got 3 in. So Toastmasters, tomorrow in Dimmock's, my book is launched. I'm sure it will go straight to the bestseller list. So when you're wandering down the self-help aisle, just before you get to the hot coals, keep an eye out for my book, The 3 Habits of Ineffective People.